Hello, I'm Scott Borcherding, one of the interior designers and part of the design team of the restoration and preservation of the historic Park Inn Hotel in Mason City. You'll find elements that Frank designed originally for the building that we recreated for its reopening in 2011. The reception desk, the concierge desks, and even the mezzanine are details that Frank intended for the building. Miraculously, the large art glass window above the picture window in the lobby survived the lifespan of the building. Behind me, you see what we call the Skylight Room. Period-appropriate furnishings, light fixtures, and even a serving buffet that was indicated on Frank Lloyd Wright's original drawings were recreated for this space. Along with the historically accurate attorney's offices on the second floor, we also have the ladies' parlor. One of the areas deemed by the Historical Preservation Office as one of those that needs to be maintained to its historic accuracy. Now we're in the reception area of what was historically the law offices. Behind me to my left, you'll see the original vault frame with the attorneys' names on the top of it. We've taken that space and converted it to much needed mechanical and electrical space. Also in this room, you'll see light fixtures that were designed by Frank Lloyd Wright that we had recreated that now kind of hug the four corners of the room. This is the law library at the historic Park Inn Hotel, original space from the developers of the law firm Blythe, Markley, Rule, and Smith. This space was severely altered through the life of the hotel, and through Frank's original drawings, we were able to recreate the bookcases and the light fixtures like you see behind me. Guests who are here for business have the opportunity to use the business office on the second floor for anything they need to do to catch up with day-to-day activities. We are in the reception area of the attorney's offices. This is the area that we took the opportunity to get an elevator in the building. When it was constructed in the early 1900s, staircases were the only way to get from first, second, or third floors. Now we're on the mezzanine, which is just above the registration desk in the front lobby. The mezzanine of the hotel failed very early on in the hotel's history, likely to Frank Lloyd Wright testing the integrity of materials used to build the mezzanine. It was one of the first components we put back into the building, and now it's a place for a baby grand piano and the barrel chairs that Frank Lloyd Wright designed for the City National Bank building. Even our stairwells are historically accurate with original spindle details and handrails. All of our corridors are historically accurate. You might hear the floor squeak and you might see some doors without knobs on them. That's because those doors are in their historic locations. All of the rugs in the corridors were designed by staff of the design team and made in Egypt. What was originally City National Bank is now the ballroom of the historic Park Inn Hotel. Here you'll find original skylight windows, which used to be above conference rooms and president's office of the banking officials. We also have 4 statues of Mercury that were recreated as the god of commerce, which overlooked the teller cages of the original bank building. The skylights that you see above me never actually left the building. They were buried between layers of roofing material on the outside and layers of ceiling material on the inside. They were restored and reinstalled to designate the areas that were originally occupied by the banking president and conference rooms. The City National Bank building was the most altered part of the property. Originally in 1910, it operated as a bank. 16 short years later, the bank failed and the building was severely modified. The original floor was lowered 3 feet and an intermediate floor built within the building to create more leasable space. It was the biggest challenge we had when restoring the building back to its original 1910 intent.